Yeah, this is my fourth video for Intro to Social Welfare. It's about social advocacy and activism. I feel pretty strongly about this. Um, it's one of the main reasons that I chose this as what I want to study and what I want to be involved in, and what I want my career to be about. So social work at its core is based on you know social change, and making sure that the the playing field is equal. Everyone isn't necessarily equal, and everyone's different in their own way, and everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. But if the game is fixed from the outset, that's not very fair, and I feel strongly about that. And so if the job of a social worker is to ensure that all people have equal access to basic things that you need for your life, then activism and advocacy is in our society one of the main ways to be involved in that kind of change. And like just from like looking online and like a NASW website and what they do advocacy wise. There are lots of different forms of advocacy. There's lots of different forms of activism that a social worker can be involved in, or that social work as a field is involved in. But as far as what they said that they're involved in is mainly at the policy making level, at the macro level. As far as like Congress goes, they employ lobbyists, and it's important. It's important because lobbyists are employed, and that's just the way that our government is in this country, and it's necessary, and it's the only way to really get the people who are involved in these policy making decisions to listen and to incite any kind of change. Um, and there's other ways that social workers can advocate, and you know just just on the whole, like at a grassroots level, even in the local community, like there are um, different populations, vulnerable populations, marginalized populations, people who um, can't advocate for themselves because of societal structures, culture, language barriers, disabilities. There's many different reasons why a specific vulnerable population can't advocate for themselves, or at least in the onset can't. And that's where the another role of the social workers advocacy comes in, because local policy is just as important as national policy and state policy and things like that, and even policies within an institution where a social worker might find themselves employed, making advocating for different changes, for involving different populations to be included in whatever it is the services are that are being offered by a specific institution in a local area, or a shelter or a treatment facility, or something like that. Also, what comes into play is self advocacy, and I think that's amazing. Um, like for instance, someone with a disability who went through a lot, and got to a point through hard work and help from other people, from social workers and things like that, decide to take that on, and to advocate for themselves and to advocate for people like them. That's just another form of advocacy, and that's it's one of the best parts, in my opinion, about the whole system and social work and things like that. If a social worker helps somebody, um, just to get back on their feet and get their life back to a place where they feel like that they can contribute, and then they take that opportunity and decide not just to you know be happy and have the things that they want in their life, but to then turn around and advocate for people who are in similar situations to themselves, and help those people, because they know what they went through, and nobody knows um, what a particular population that's vulnerable needs better than someone who was at one point in time in their life a part of that population and came through it and worked through it and became better and now comes back to help those people. So that's a beautiful form of advocacy, in my opinion. But overall, it's an essential part of social work. Change, being an agent of change, whatever level it is, whether it's on an individual level or within the institution or a program or whatever that you work in, or it's at the highest levels, as a lobbyist or as someone who works with like an association like the NASW, and it has a whole policy platform that they advocate for within the government. At every level, though, it's crucial to the profession of social work.